bike for now, and then we'll have it every talk about
Good afternoon, everyone. Actually, not afternoon. Good evening. My apologies. It's really nice to see everyone here on behalf of Peter Kage and any other friends that may know Peter as well. He would be very delighted to have you here. Thank you as well, Mr. Moore, showing as well. Specifically for you, I felt like that was the right thing. Perfectly to do. I believe everybody in this room knew Peter good enough to extent to state that he is probably the greatest person that you've probably met on here or in any situation on the game. Cared for a person in this room, at least if it wasn't on a personal level, it was on an emotional level. I knew Peter as long as I've known on here, and I've never known to care more than him. Would like to, on behalf of everyone, that he is one of, if not the most man I've met. He was cordial. He was a wonderful colleague, and he was probably one of the greatest friends you could have, as he would stick. I don't know how to pull it in any other easier way. Largest loss that anyone could ever have, to lose Peter. He was a really good friend of mine, and I knew him, I'd say almost 3 years. And I've seen Peter do things that I didn't think anyone could do without bravery or respect. He would defend somebody even in the case that he would be disrespected. I mean, he would on somebody else's behalf. He doesn't care. He's an honest man, in my opinion. So I'd like for us to at least give him a good moment of silence and also to remember all of the good things done for every person that has ever met came across him. I would like to open the podium to anyone that would like to say words or anything at all for Peter. I think that's what we all came here to do. So, if you have anything, please come up and state it as you would.
I don't know, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Sergio, that was so willing to include you in his life like family. And Peter never, ever had bad thing to say about anybody. This is the kindest, sweetest guy I've ever known. And I would be honored if I ever become even half person he. I will miss him every day for the rest. I'll never forget him. And I gotta tell you that his VR friends are what kept him alive the last 2 years after he had His first incident where he almost died, and he literally died and came back. His VR friends were doing them every single. He was so happy to have all of you. I want to thank you for everything you guys are doing right now. Just doing this is more than his family has done since he passed. So thank you all for being such good friends.
Can everyone hear me okay? Am I good?
Yeah.
Alright. I'm sorry, I'm like... There's nothing I can say that anyone else has. Yeah. Because anyone else does. I would just so I can see him one more time. Again, I'm not the best talker. I'm just gonna say something. Time is moving fast. It really is. It's moving faster than anything. As much as we wish or want the clock to stop, gasp air, catch up with it, we can't. There's a lot of things that happen. There's a lot of bad things. But there's also a lot of good things. And those are the ones that stand out the most. So, when you feel alone, when you feel you're being left behind, or there's nothing, there's always someone there. Peter was that person. I know it might seem bad right now. But you are the only thing that makes you go forward. So don't let the bad things make you. That.
Am I good?
Yes.
You're fine.
Okay. I just like to right off the bat, I'm not one of his, and I don't know him the greatest out of any. I haven't spent more time with him. I really didn't even know him too well. But for the years that I did know him, I'm not reminiscing upon the times that I'm pretty sure we've all shared with him. I all of us from hearing the news. And there's nothing more I can express that no one else in this room has already said, but knowing Peter, it was back. He was, no matter how many tough challenges that we faced, no matter how many people who have tried to push us down, he was always unaffected. He was a person who would come out and shining. He would be that light amidst all the darkness. And some of us may not have noticed at the time, but he's been one of the biggest helps to all of us, especially to me. Everyone has their Peter. And I'm not up here to reminisce about the loss. I'm here to reminisce upon the times that we've shared. We may not be able to get them back, but it doesn't mean they're forgotten. And how he would have felt seeing all of us here. He would have thought this is too much, seeing us all in the same room. Only for him. He would have... Yeah, he would have... But he would have appreciated it. He would have understood the... He's probably looking down upon us right now. I can't speak for anybody in this room. As Blood said, same as Kryptonian. Remembering him is the best we can do right now. Excuse me. Thinking back now, I know that I should have taken a lot more time into getting to know him more. He was a small fraction of my life, but one that I drastically appreciate. But even though we're all in this moment of distraught and bewilderment and confusion on how to move forward, I know we are. We should all try to be more like Peter. We should all try to be the silver lining. Thank you.
Slay Queen.
Come on, man.
Alrighty. Let's book you out of the way. What? Ah, boy. Okay, I wasn't prepared for this shit. Pardon the cursing, but, book in the hand, what the... Thanks for that. Well, anyway. This, but I was just thinking back about Peter, and, like, when I first met him in Forge's Batcave, like, 2, maybe 3 years ago. He was the nicest guy out there. He, like, whenever I joined somewhere, he always wanted to join me. He loved seeing avatars that Forge would make, or any, like, Batman, Superman stuff, you know. That was his thing. Like, he loved it. And the fact that he's no longer here to see this stuff, because he always wanted more, like, he wanted more to see, I guess you could say. Like I said, I'm not good at this shit. There we go. Yeah. I was thinking about him at work after I heard the news from Boom. I was a wreck. I broke down just thinking about him. Yeah. I need a moment.
You're good.
Okay. It's come okay. I just be here to see all of us right now. He helped somewhat ended everything. He's a great guy and an amazing friend, even. He'll be missed out, like, he'll be very, very missed. It's like he's still here, but you know he's not. But his spirit still lingers on, you know. Oh boy. He will be missed, that's for sure. Oh man. Okay. I start crying my eyes out. I'm gonna get down from here. Maybe just wants to go. I can't.
Well, knowing Peter, he didn't like seeing people sulk. And, it'd be nice to... Story that I had with Peter, anybody's willing to hear. If that's alright with everyone, I think I'd like to do that.
Yeah, that's
Alright. I think spirits. And I remember one of the last instances I had with Peter. It was actually some of the had on here. I think really. You know, I'm usually just known as like the Superman guy, so he'd always come to me looking for avatars and Superman stuff related, and he'd always ask me on the newest stuff, kind of like what he did with Rogue. He'd always hang out and ask me. And I remember he showed up, and you know, I was being goofy as usual, doing dumb stuff. I remember he came up and he said, look, it is. It's another blue man in a cape. And he was joking around, and I remember we ran around and did a bunch of stuff. And I remember he went up to this one dude. This guy was talking a bunch of. Says, "You better shut up, or I'm gonna laser." Hey, Peter. Peter, we're getting a little violent there, Peter. Come on, let's not hurt anybody. And he said, "We know that guy's being a real prick in my book. I don't know what I should do." I said, "You know what you should do? Just tell him to fuck off, but I don't think we should do that." He laughed. He said, "You know, I think," and he'd around, and he'd always fly around. He did what all of us would want to do. He was a person, you know. He was a hero, man. You know, he went around and kept as much as anybody could. I mean, I don't know how to put it higher than this. I mean, I knew at the same time. The person that just came up, Rogue, knows the most about Peter than anyone I've ever met. I think but it would be Rogue. They were my two idols for people on here. They were good people. They cared. They catered. And together, those two could make change that no one else could. They could also. I don't know. I mean, people over the years, I've met a lot of people on here in real life, and I've never met someone more devoted but more selfless than Peter. He genuinely got down to an emotional level. I mean, I remember we had dumb stuff going on personally. We had, you know, just stupid petty stuff that wouldn't matter to him normally, stressing me out, and it was stressing other people out. And Peter didn't have to care. He didn't have to put. Oh, it wouldn't have mattered because I knew he cared, but he showed it. He talked to people. He calmed people down. He asked what was going on. You needed him, he was there. If he was there, he knew you needed him, and he asked on. People down, he'd ask you. If you weren't, he'd take you and go do something fun. If you were, he'd take you and go do something fun. He was a good person. And I think that's more rare than anything. I think the only reason I'm not breaking down right now is remembering that he told everybody to keep going, to not give up, that there's always a reason to keep. And I think that's more than ever. And I think this could have ever happened. There are very few people in my life that I'd take a bullet for. But I think Peter would be on the list for that. Because he's shown that there are true good people, terrible people. And I think he's shown the best of humanity, even times. And I think thank you for showing up here. Thank you for showing your respects to Peter. If anybody else would like to say anything else, again, that's always open. We're probably going to be here for a little longer. So that's my piece. I miss him a lot. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I may have not, as well as the rest of you here today, but hearing your words of how good of a man he was, and unbreakable of a man he was, has really reached deep, and I bet it's reached deep into all of you here today. I haven't been with the group long, and I wish I was here longer so I could have probably had more of a chance to meet him. I aspire to be a good man like him, and I don't have...
Hi. I'm not very good with emotion. So Peter, I met him maybe, it took me a while to get to know him because I was usually busy, but I wasn't very close with Peter, but I can tell you he was a very good partner. He was very good at what he did. And he was a very, very nice, caring man. All of us were losing our shit. He would figure. And he actually cared. People would care, but they don't. Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Thank you again, everyone, for coming, for sharing kind words about Peter. Thank you for showing your respect, your continued care. For everybody else said, I think he'd think this is too much, but I think this would be the biggest. Because he would know that he did the right thing, which was to get you all to the same thing he would, which is because a lot of people that would do this for someone. It's difficult, I know, and it was true empathy and true care for a person that more of us would count for 10 of us. He was a great man. And I'd like to thank everyone. You're open now to talk about silence. It's been open if you'd like to share things with friends or speak about him. It's completely open for the rest of the night. But other than that,
I think Ellie's joining us.
thank you for coming. And if you need to go somewhere, it's important. You are good to go now. And thank you once again.
I got one more thing to say. Okay. Alright, I got one little thing to say here. Whatever drama we had in the past with anybody, like anything wise, whether some crap happened or that, I knock it off and let it go, because Peter wouldn't want that, you know? He wants us to keep going, stop with the drama. It's, you know, so whatever beef he has with somebody, just drop it. That's all I gotta say. Yeah. We you know, we're gonna miss Peter. Not gonna be the same without him on here, but you know, he'll be around. There he goes. Peter will be missed. Yeah. Hard to believe he's not with us. Yeah. Alright, everybody.
It's gonna be different.